for a few projects inside the creative coaching group, but I never used them, and I need to use them. So there is that, y'all. I do need to use these for a few projects inside the creative coaching group. You can hear me. So, I want to see what I can do with this garland. Now, this is a 66-inch garland. This did come from Hobby Lobby. It was only $19.99, but I know they do half off every other week, so I only paid $10 for this. And we are using a 14-inch grapevine, and I think I'm kind of going to do the same thing that we did the other day, as far as this blue and orange wreath goes behind me. I don't know if you can see it. You can see it goes all the way around. I used very minimal product. I used 2 bushes from Hobby Lobby and 3 60919, y'all. And I created that. And the replay is available on the DecoExchange Facebook page. But, like I said, I have all of this boho-themed stuff, and I need to use it because I had intentions of making all of these really pretty projects. And you know, life happens, right, y'all? So, I think... Good morning, y'all. What I'm going to do, since this is a garland, this is going to be the easiest thing to do, is to just tie it in. And this garland did come from Hobby Lobby. But y'all, there's so many places. You know, Deco sells some garlands. Y'all know I love me ball garland, especially when it comes to Christmas. Love, love, love ball garlands. So we're just going all the way around with this. This one was, like I said, $19.99, and I know I didn't pay $19.99 for this, but it's a really great starter garland. Y'all, sometimes garlands really elevate your design, and they can also help you. Like if you're struggling, if you want to make a grapevine, y'all, you can do half of a garland on, like a really pretty garland on half of the wreath, and you've already got half of your greenery already done. Now there are some skimpy looking garlands, but then there are some really nice full garlands, and a lot of that's going to reflect in the price. So just be on the lookout. I know I've seen some really pretty ones in the past, and I've seen them really lately. I was just recently watching a video on another platform, and the girl used a garland from Hobby Lobby, and it was really pretty. I was like, oh, that's really pretty garland. But y'all know naturals and the Pampas grass movement has taken over. The 70s are living their best life right now. Y'all, I am an avid Golden Girls watcher, and I always see the Pampas grass in that jar behind the sofa. And I think it's a like little sunroom or something. I'm like, oh, yep, it's back. What is up, y'all? So I'm just zip tying this, and I'm zip tying it right in the middle of this grapevine. Now this is a 14-inch grapevine, so I'm not going to use the entire garland. Y'all, I love the 70s. If you ask my parents probably what decade I like the most, they're going to tell you he really likes the 70s. Okay, so I do have some pieces left. Now, I don't think I have enough to go around this twice. I don't. But I can make some picks and stems here, just to fill in a little bit here and there. Yo, that's what's great too about some of these garlands. They like that one little piece right there, and the wire is actually really good. You can make that a pick. Fill in wherever it needs to be filled in. And a part of me really hopes that, yes, I did turn it on. Whew. Okay, so right here, there was a big empty spot. I'm trying to find some of the larger empty spots, like right here. And I'm going to put some of this in there. Well, hello, Gal versus Glue Gun. Good morning. Like I said, y'all know I love me a ball garland during the holidays, so I am going to use quite a few of those. They really, not just on grapevines, but also on like evergreen wreaths, even Deco mesh wreaths. Oh, oh, excuse me, y'all. It's the Pampas grass. And also a mixture of my neighbor was mowing the grass, so there is that too. Kind of just playing around with this, you know, seeing which. Two spots for sure that need some. Around with that greenery. I think that one has a stem that's too long. Yes. Now you can also upgrade like pre-made. Like, I've seen pre-made wreaths with that look just like this. So you can find a pre-made one and work your magic on it. Now, I do have another garland. Y'all see, I've already used half of it. And I really need to start clearing up some space, y'all. Because the mums have taken over our living room. If y'all didn't know, I don't have a big warehouse studio. I don't have a little shed. I actually work out of our living room. And right now, it's there's pumpkins and ghosts and Halloween stuff, and you know, I've started to receive some Christmas shipments, so you know, I've got it all over the place. But then I also have all of my homecoming stuff in it, so yeah, I need to start making some room, and I'm going to start doing that by using some of this product. So this one was a $30 garland. This was, and then I paid, it was a 6-foot garland, and I paid half that, so it was $15. I did get that at Hobby Lobby as well, y'all. You know I do work for Deco. I do use a lot of Deco products. Like my grapevine did come from Deco, but I also know that sometimes y'all just, if you're like me, sometimes I get that urge to just like want to make something, And if I have all the stuff, then I'm going to do it. But then, like, I want to be able to go to the craft store. Sometimes it's the perfect excuse to go to the craft store. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go shopping. Duh. So some of this stuff I did pick up at Hobby Lobby and Joann's. So that way, if y'all wanted to, you could go and pick it up yourself. And maybe try your hand at making a wreath like this. Okay, so on this one, hey Gail, how are you? So on this stem right here, I can actually make 3 picks. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 1, 2, and then 3. Of course, if y'all love to watch the world news, y'all have seen the news coming out of the UK about Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth. So I'm like, my grandma loved the royal family. She really did. And I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I remember my mom telling me that she was like, my grandma watched all the weddings, all the stuff. So like now I'm like involved in this. I'm like, I saw it last night on TikTok, and I was like, this doesn't look too good. And then this morning, of course, I get up and I see the breaking news, and I'm like, oh. So of course, and I told my mom this morning, I was like, she's like, put on the news, put on the news. I'm like, okay. So I have it playing in the background on mute. Ooh, Gail. Oh no. But did you have fun on the cruise though? I mean, if you had fun on the cruise, then that kind of works itself out, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I was able to get 12 picks, y'all, out of that. 12. So I'm going to be honest with y'all. I might not even need any of this stuff. But in typical Jordan fashion, you know how I do. I always pull extra just in case. So I've used this garland. I used the full garland, which was 66 inches. I used part of it. I zip tied it in, and then I cut the rest of it up and filled in little gaps here and there. Then I had 4 stems off of this garland, which is another one, and that did come from Hobby Lobby, y'all. You know, when you're shopping for stuff and you're looking for stuff, a lot of people deter away from the garlands, but garlands are probably some of the best things you could buy. One, because some of them are already done and you just need to add a little bit extra. I've done that myself. I've taken 6-foot garlands that may have looked a little skimpy, but then you layer like 2 together and it turns into like wow. But garlands offer you a great deal of picks, y'all. You can get a lot of picks out of a garland if it's a good garland. Okay, so I know Damon uses the I think it's the eucalyptus garlands. He uses those for some of his door hangers. So those are really great. He's able to get all those pieces of eucalyptus. Like a garland like this, y'all. If you have those door hangers, look at that. So actually, I have a door hanger. So I'm not going to show the other side because it is for a customer and I don't want them to see it. But, you know, on your door hanger, you have your section right here or right in the middle or like that. Y'all, 2 little pieces. That's all it was. 2 little pieces. out of that garland. So if I did my math correctly, I want to say there was maybe 7 or 8 of those picks on that thing. Then I cut them into threes. So imagine all of the picks that I get out of that one garland. You know, a few of these and maybe a few pieces of this. And if you have like a boho themed or pampas grass themed design on your wood round, y'all, quick, easy, some little ribbon tails, wham, bam, done. So I am coming in between the first pieces of pampas grass, and I am just gluing this in. And I need to, there we go. But you see how it's already filling up? Look at that. It's already filling up really nice and pretty. And we're just going to keep going around until I use all of them. Not going to lie, I'm a little jealous, Gail. You know, Megan's trying to, well, really, I should get my passport first. And then we can go on a cruise. But I know she's trying to get me to go on a Disney cruise. She's trying to get me to go to Disney World. So we're just going around, following the motion that I had basically already set with that garland. That is one thing that is really important, y'all. When you're designing with florals and you're designing like a full design like this, you want to establish whether you want your design to go clockwise or counterclockwise. Now, I love to do the clockwise method, and you can do the counterclockwise method. Now, if I had to do 2 of these for like double doors, I would definitely do one clockwise and one counterclockwise. But for me, it's just me speaking. I love stuff to go to the right. So that's just more aesthetically pleasing for my eye. So that's why I design more going in a clockwise motion. But if I was doing double doors of this, I would definitely do a clockwise and a counterclockwise. One for the right door and one for the left door. But it also helps when you do that, because if you struggle with placing florals, it's kind of already mapped out for you. You're going to go in one direction. Now, when you do that, you don't want to place something like how this is going in the clockwise position. I'm not going to place my florals to go to the opposite direction. You're just making it compete with all of the greenery and all of the florals. So I just don't want to do that. It's a little bit easier when you establish that clockwise and that counterclockwise motion with the greenery. Okay, so I have 3 pieces of that greenery left. And let's see, this came from Joann's, but I don't think I can cut it up. I don't think I can cut this up. I don't want the little lanterns either. Excuse me. Hello. Thank you. Oh, there was a piece of um, tag on my finger that wouldn't come off. Okay, so this one, this bush, which did come from Joann's, I think I got it for like 60% off. I'm going to cut this into individual little pieces. I know, y'all. I know. Y'all probably thinking, oh my goodness, Jordan is cutting this up into tiny little pieces. What is he doing? Y'all, this is just another part of the layering process. So that one stem, that one bush gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 pieces. So I'm going to figure out exactly where those 9 pieces need to go. And actually, I have another bush of this, so I might be able to cut up in that other bush. Y'all, if you watch our new guest coach, Megan, y'all know she loves to cut stuff up, and I'm just like, use the whole stem! But you know, we all design differently. I know I design very different from like Mel and Tammy. I know Damon designs different from all of us. Jackie designs different. So, you know, I think inside the creative coaching group, we've created this really great dynamic because some of us can make an extravagant design and do this and make it big and extravagant, but not using a lot of product. And then sometimes we make these really big extravagant designs that do take a lot of product and time. And then we can also work on, some of us can simplify some of these extravagant designs. So like I said, I think us being inside the creative coaching group, we really hit on all of that because like I said, we all design differently from each other. You know, it's something that I know we've always talked about, and I don't think we've ever done it, but I would love for us to do like what is it, chopped or something? I don't know what cooking show it is, but where we all have the same supplies, but we all design it differently. And we did do that in the spring with the girls from the Candy Crew, which is Jen and Jen, Megan, and Candy. You know, we did that. We all had the same kit given to us, but we all designed something completely different. So that's what I do love about our creative coaching group. That even if you gave us all the exact same stuff, we're all going to design very, very different. Okay, so I've got this, and I don't know why, but it's calling my name. But I don't know exactly where to cut this because there's so many different pieces. I kind of just want these little ball things. That's really what I want. Oh. Ah. that came all together. Oh, that one came all together too. Okay, well. Well, we're going to use this bush too. Okay? And we're kind of just going to fill in, you know, the Pampas grass craze is definitely not going anywhere anytime soon. I'm going to just focus on these little orb looking dandelion things. Because I really like those little three, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so I only have 6 of these. So we're going to put 3 on one side and 3 on the other. That's how this is going to work. Okay? Do want to trim these up. And I don't know if I said, it was a 14-inch grapevine, y'all. I know sometimes it always escapes me telling y'all what size grapevine. There was a glob of hot glue on my glue stick, so that's what I did. I was just cutting it off, y'all. Ah! One, two. So I put that one on the outside. This one's going to go more towards the inside. Two. Three. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 7 of them, y'all. Do you know what? That is actually okay. Because I'm going to do something here in a second. Okay, so I'm going to save these for another project. So Paula in the comment section asked, off subject a bit, is there a rule when you can use cotton in wreaths and decorations? I really don't think so. I do know that, personally speaking, because I have dealt with it, cotton is it's a very controversial item to use. But I don't think there's necessarily a rule of when you can and can't use it. It's not for everybody. I want to classify that as well as, as like Pampas grass. Pampas grass is definitely not for everybody. Jeweled ribbon isn't for everybody. Glitter isn't for everybody. So it definitely fits more in the rustic realm of things. And I know some people absolutely love it, and then some people just cannot stand it. I personally do like it just a little bit. I don't like a lot of it. So there is that. Okay, so looking at this wreath, y'all, I think I'm really happy with how it's come out, but y'all know in typical Jordan fashion, um, I need a bow on this. I really do need a bow on it, and I am gonna use some of this 7/8 inch um ribbon along with some other ribbons that I have here, and I know. So someone asked, what does it mean to be color conscious? Color conscious for me, it doesn't affect me the way it affects, and I'm gonna use Megan as an example, and it's not to be picking on her. I don't want anyone to think that, but she's very color conscious. You know, for 4th of July, I mixed both navy and royal blue, and she was like, I would never do that. It's either going to be all navy or all royal blue. For me, it just doesn't, it doesn't affect me. I like to mix all kinds of colors. So, you can have, like for me, this is lime green, and for someone else, this is lime green. So you see, they're two very different shades of green. I would still mix those together. I mean, if I had to, I would definitely mix those two together. So see, like these two greens are very much similar, but they're different shades. I would still mix those. Versus someone who is definitely color conscious, they wouldn't mix them. They'd be like, I am not mixing those two greens together. No, 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 no. The same thing with like reds and purples and pinks and oranges. There's all different shades, but then they're only going to choose the one shade. Okay, so I would definitely mix like a bright orange with a rust orange, and then sometimes people would be like, that's just too much, and for me, it's not too much. I love it. So to me, that's my definition of being color conscious. Not very much left on this. Okay. So this is also one of those wreaths that it's a basic style wreath, and this is definitely something, we always talk about multiples and having them in your shop, whatever it may be. It's one of these that you can make up this exact same design, but you can switch out the ribbons, y'all. Let's say your customer loves this, but they want turquoise. You can add turquoise ribbon. You can add red. You can add blue, orange, pink, whatever color it may be. You can add that in here as well. So someone asked, please tell me the steps to find you at 3 on Deco. So it's actually, I don't know if you're on the eastern um, part of the country, but I am on there at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. And all you have to do is go to the DecoExchange Facebook page, and you'll find me there. Yesterday I wasn't there. I did have a funeral to go to, so I wasn't on the Facebook page. But that's normally where you can find me at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook. That's 3 p.m. Eastern. So, we do all different kinds of things on there. But all you have to do is just go to the Facebook page, and that's where you'll find me. Okay? I'm trying to think, y'all. So, as far when we talk about color conscious, I did have burlaps, I do have some cream, and I'm some ivory and some white. Um, for some, they would be like, no, that white is too stark, or I don't like the color of that cream, or the burlap is just too different. So, that's what a color conscious person would do. For me, I don't do that. I love all types of ribbons. I love all different types of colors. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could, and your customer wanted turquoise. I am using this as a reference, but y'all, you could add that turquoise ribbon right in that wreath, just like that. And I'm not gonna lie, I just did that and I'm kind of feeling it, y'all. I'm definitely feeling the turquoise. I'll cut this ribbon, put it all together. Okay, so I'm realizing I put that tail going the wrong direction. But you know what? That's okay. That's what wired ribbon is for. You manipulate it to do what you want it to do, not what it wants to do. Okay, so the other thing too, y'all, I live in West Texas, so leopard and turquoise never went away. They just never did. Never. So I ran that pipe cleaner through that grapevine. So you definitely can use, you can definitely switch out some of your florals. If you wanted to, you could add some turquoise, but you don't have to do that necessarily. You can just keep it the same, but then just offer the difference in the color of ribbon. That's a little bit better. And now I'm going to cut this up into a little bit smaller pieces, and that's okay. Because I want to tie some of this into my bow. And I love doing that because I feel like it completes the wreath. Just adding that little bit of greenery right in the middle of it. To me, it just makes it look complete. I don't know if anybody else feels like that. You could definitely add a peacock feather as well. You know, just it's definitely something that's different and it stands out. And that's what I love to strive for. I don't like doing the everyday run of the mill wreaths. But y'all, look at that. Just that little touch of turquoise really just elevated that wreath to a whole new level. It also helps too when you have ribbon that can shape and curl and do things like that. Okay. So I know it's something someone's going to ask. And I probably should have talked about this at the beginning when I was placing my florals in. When you're placing your florals, don't just place them straight down. You know, I'm just using the back of this as a reference. Don't place them straight down like that. So it is going to make your wreath look larger and fatter, but the key to laying your florals is you want to go and you want to add some glue and you want to go into that grapevine at an angle. Why? Because since I did it like that, y'all, look how clean the back of this wreath is. And all you can see is the pipe cleaner, but you can't see any of the stems. Hardly. Okay, you can see a few here and there, but they're tucked inside that grapevine. And I can actually trim them up just a little bit more. Okay. Well, look how clean the back of this grapevine is. Okay, so yeah, we started out this project on a 14-inch grapevine. I used 2 garlands from Hobby Lobby. One is, I want to give y'all the SKU number of it now. That way, you know so we started off with the 14-inch grapevine that did come from shoplikejordan.com. The SKU for the very first garland that we did, which was that little Pampas grass one, was 2144327. Okay, that was the first one. 2144327. The second one that we used was about a half of it, and we were able to cut up in some stems, but it does come in a 6-foot long garland as well. That second one was 2144285. Okay, so those are the 2 main components we used. The first one we zip tied it in, and we used pieces of that were left over and filled in the gaps. The second one was just about half of that garland, and we used that as picks, and we cut those up into 3 little pieces as well per stem. So I was able to get 12 pieces out of those 4 pieces on that garland. So that was great. Then we used the 1 bush of this. This one did come from Joann's. This one was 1871-3206. And we cut all of these up individually. And then we used the little orbs from this stem. And this one was 1871-32 2 2. And before I leave y'all, when you're shopping in the craft store or wherever you are, a lot of the time the work is already done for you. And when I say the work is already done for you, I mean that they have curated a collection of stuff that all goes together. When I chose all these items, y'all, this was in that section, this was in that section, and this was in that section. These three components were all in the same section. So you're not going down one end of the aisle to the next end of the aisle to another aisle. No, these were all put together. So if you're ever on the struggle bus and you just don't know what to do, y'all go to your local craft store or look for pictures online. I know the At Home store does a really great job of doing that as well. They have sections where they display items, and a lot of the items that they display in that section are located in that section. Seasonal stores do the exact same thing when they do their Christmas trees, or like I know a place that does like a full blown spread of all their dishes. They do like a dining room table and they set it all up, but within that area, in that vicinity, you'll have all the plates, you'll have the bowls, you'll have the napkin rings, the napkins, the tablecloth, the runner. So things like that. If you're ever struggling with that, chances are when you walk into that craft store, half the work is already done for you because it's already in one central location. Okay, but y'all, that is really all I have today. I will be live at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on the DecoExchange Facebook page if you want to catch me there. I won't be live tomorrow here on YouTube. I have a prior engagement, so I won't be live. I am going to try and go live again at 2 tomorrow, but I'm not sure. Okay, but y'all, for now, this is what I have. This is what we created today. I think it's really, really pretty. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this one, and I